Hello everyone, my name is Aankush Jaggi. Welcome to Upskill with Aankush. We always know when the price increases, the demand generally decreases, and when the price decreases, generally the demand increases. But today, I want to ask a very simple question, my friends. Imagine it is a Sunday morning, a family plans to spend the day outside. Before leaving the home, they need to buy three things. First is a bottle of a drinking water. Second is a movie ticket. Third is a new pair of sports shoes. As they start shopping, something unexpected happens. The water bottle price increased from 20 rupees to 25 rupees. A hypothetical example, a movie ticket has increased from 250 to 450 rupees. The sports shoes which they like yesterday has increased from 3000 to 4500. Now think carefully, my friends. Will the family react in the same way to all the three price increase? Definitely not. For the water bottle, they will probably buy it. They'll probably buy it anyways because they are thirsty. It is a necessity. For the movie, they may say, let's skip it and let's watch it on an OTT platform next month. For the shoes, they may decide, let's wait until the festival sale comes again. Now notice something very interesting, my friends. All the three prices increase, but the customer reactions were completely different, my friends. For the water, almost no change. For a movie, a moderate change. For a shoes, a much bigger change. Now the question is why? Because the customers are not equally sensitive to every product. Some products are necessities, some are comforts, some are luxuries, my friend. And because the customers react differently whenever the price changes. Now economics give a beautiful name to this customer behavior, my friends. It is called as price elasticity of demand. Don't get frightened by the word elasticity. It sounds very technical, but the meaning is actually very simple. The price elasticity of a demand tell us, my friends, how much the customer change their buying behavior when the price changes. Or we can say the price elasticity of a demand measures the responsiveness of the quantity demanded to a change in price. Please remember one simple sentence. The law of demand tells us the direction of the change. What it is telling? The direction of the change. Elasticity tells us the degree of the change. That is the biggest difference. The law of demand answers, will the demand increase or decrease? The elasticity answers, by how much will the demand increase or decrease? Why, my friends, elasticity is so important. Now imagine you're the owner of a bakery. You sell cake for 500 rupees because the price of the butter and the chocolate has increased. You're thinking to increase the price of the cake to 550 rupees. Before changing the price, what is the biggest question in my mind or your mind, friends? Now, whether the customer will react to the increase of the price of the cake. Of course they will. The real question is, how many customers will stop buying the cake when it is priced at 550? If only 2 customers stop buying, increasing the price may be profitable. But if 50 customers stop buying your cake, your total sales may fall. And that is why the business don't simply ask, we should increase the price. They ask, how will the customer react? कस्टमर कैसे रिएक्ट करेगा, कैसे रिस्पॉन्ड करेगा? एंड द आंसर कम्स फ्रॉम इलास्टिसिटी ऑफ द डिमांड. दैट इज वाई द कॉन्सेप्ट इज इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर शॉपकीपर्स, companies, even the bankers, airline, restaurants, hospitals, and even for the government. Now let's speak on the price elasticity of demand. Here I am asking you another interesting question. Do all products have the same elasticity, my friends? Absolutely not. Some customer don't react at all. Some react only a little, my friends. Some react very normally. Some react very strongly. Based on these different reactions, economists have classified the elasticity into 5 different types. Let's understand one by one. What is a perfectly inelastic demand? Imagine a patient reaches a hospital with a severe chest pain. The doctor immediately asks the family to buy an emergency injection. The medical store says the price has increased today. Do you think the family will spend even next 30 minutes searching for a cheaper shop? No, not at all, because saving the patient life is more important than saving the money at the present situation. Hence, the price changes here, but the demand almost doesn't change. Customer buy the medicine anyway. This is called as perfectly inelastic demand. Simple rule, price changes, demand remains almost the same. Now let's speak about relatively inelastic demand. Now imagine your monthly electricity bill increases. Will you stop using the light? Will you stop using fans during the summer? Probably not. You may switch off unnecessary lights. You may reduce wastage, but you cannot stop completely using the electricity completely. The demand decreases only slightly. This is called as relatively inelastic demand. Example includes electricity, LPG, basic medicines, milk. Customer reacts, but only a little. Now let's speak about a unitary elastic demand. Now imagine, my friends, a supermarket is offering a small discount on cooking oil. The sale increases in almost the same proportion as the price change. Neither too much, not too little. Customer responses perfectly balanced. This situation is known as unitary elastic demand. Think of it as a middle point between inelastic and elastic demand. Now let's speak about the fourth type, which is relatively elastic demand. Now imagine you are buying a new bicycle. You visit the showroom, my friends. The bicycle costs 12,000. कितना 12,000. Now the shopkeeper tells you from tomorrow the price will become कितना 15,000. Immediately you start thinking, maybe I'll check another shop, maybe I'll order online, maybe I'll wait for the Independence Day sale. See what happened, and price increase caused a large change in your buying decision. Price बदला, आपने बोला postpone कर दूँ. Customer reacted strongly. This is called as relatively elastic demand. Example includes bicycle, furniture, electronics, your branded clothes, holiday packages. Talking about the fifth point, which is perfectly elastic demand. Finally, imagine, my friends, a vegetable market. 10 shops are selling exactly the same tomatoes at 40 rupees per kilogram. One shopkeeper suddenly say, I'll sell them for 45 rupees tomorrow. What will customer do? They will simply walk to the next shop selling for 40 rupees. The first shopkeeper loses almost all customer immediately. Even a tiny price rise makes the demand disappear. This is called as perfectly elastic demand. Almost this is a very theoretical concept, but it is helping us to understand a highly competitive market. But friends, customers don't react equally when price changes. Some customers hardly react. Some react a little, some react exactly in proportion, some react very strongly, and in highly competitive market, customers may even stop buying completely. That is why we studied the different types of price elasticity of demand. But now imagine you are not a student anymore. You are become an owner of a successful bakery, my friends. Every morning your bakery sells around 500 loaves of bread. Business is running very smoothly. One day the price of the flour, butter and electricity increases suddenly. Now your production cost has gone up, which is very general. You call a meeting with your staff and ask, should we increase the price of your bread? One employee says, my friend, yes sir, customers will continue buying. With confidence they say. Another employee say, no sir, customer may go to the another bakery across the road. A third employee says, what they are saying, sir, maybe we'll lose only a few customers. Now tell me honestly, whose opinion should you believe? The answer is none of them. Because everyone is giving an opinion, business decisions worth lakhs or even crores of rupee cannot be taken on opinions. They must be based on facts and figures. They must be based on measurement. Now think about a doctor. Suppose you have a fever, my friends. Does the doctor immediately give you a medicine without even checking anything? No, the doctor first measure your body temperature, which is so natural, using a thermometer. Sometimes doctor checks your blood pressure. Sometimes blood tests are recommended by the doctor even before giving the medicines. Only after measuring your health condition does the doctor decide the treatment. Why? Because correct decisions always begin with a proper measurement. Business follow exactly the same principles, my friend. A company should never increase or decrease the price based on a guesswork, my friends. They cannot increase on a guesswork. It should first measure how customer reacts to the price change, how customer is reacting to a price change. That is exactly why economists develop different methods to measure the price elasticity of a demand. Now my friends, remember one important thing. These methods do not change customer behavior. Customer behavior has already changed. These methods simply measure that behavior just like a thermometer measures a temperature. These methods measure customer response towards the change of the price. One customer response is measured, a business can confidently decide whether to increase the price or reduce the price or offer a discount or continue with the existing price. My friends, so every method that we are going to study answer only one business question. How strongly did the customer react when the price changed? The objective is same, my friends. Only the method of the measurement is different. Now let's begin with the first and most commonly used method, which is called as a percentage method. Before understanding the calculation, my friends, let's understand the business situation, my friends. A dynamic business situation. Imagine you own a small juice shop now. Near a college, every glass of fresh orange juice costs only 50 rupees. During the summer, the business is excellent. Every day, my friends, you're selling around 200 glasses. One day, the price of oranges suddenly increase in the market. As a result, you increase the selling of a price of a juice from 50 rupees to 60 rupees, a 10 rupees increase. After 1 week, you observe your sale. Earlier, you sold 200 glasses every day. Now you are selling 180 glasses due to increase the price. Immediately a question comes to your mind. Did customer react only a little? Or they did react significantly. Now imagine another juice shop. It also increases the price by 10 rupees. But its sale fall from 200 glasses to suddenly 80 glass per day. Now compare two shops. Both the increase by exactly the same amount, but the customer reaction was completely different. The first shop lost only a few customers. The second shop lost more than the half of his business. The simple saying, the second shop suffered more damage. In another word, and business manager, we need a scientific way to compare these two situations. That scientific measurement is called as a percentage method. The percentage method compares the percentage change in the price with the percentage change in the quantity demanded. It's simply what it tells us how strongly, my friends, a customer reacted to a particular change in the price. Once we measure that response, we can easily identify whether the demand is elastic, whether it is inelastic, or it is a unitary. Now that we understand why this method is required, let's understand each and everything in a practical way, friends. We should understand the percentage methodology behind the price elasticity of a demand implement in the real business world. Every business unit, whether it's a small scale or a medium scale or a large scale business scale, everyone is implementing the percentage price elasticity of demand. They understand how a customer is reacting towards a price change. Is it a strong change in the demand, or it's a medium change in the demand, or there is a hardly a minor change of demand when the price is getting increased, reduced, or a discount is offered. Do not limit yourself to a theory, my friends. You should increase your perspective towards economics. You should understand each and everything in a true real lifetime example, so that whenever you are stepping out, you understand, okay, this is why the people reaction towards the change towards the price. We are always a price conscious nation, but at the same time, when it comes to luxury, my friends, we do spend more even at a increased price. So you need to differentiate whether we are selling a luxurious product or we are selling a product which is serving to the masses. So accordingly, the price strategy should be determined, and that is helped through price elasticity of demand. It should be scientifically understood, my friends, and then only implemented in each and every practical world. Thanks a lot, my friends. Do subscribe to Upskill with Aankush. Get upskill with knowledge. Do keep on updating, manifesting the best of the things, and keep your eyes and ears open, so that whenever you come across to different concepts, practical concepts that are happening across the world, you study and implement in your real time life also. Thanks a lot, my friends. Thank you.